the Kanto region, the location where it all started. One of the most iconic and well-loved franchises of all time began at this region. So many adventures have been had in this particular area of the fictional world that it is synonymous with Pokemon in and of itself. But what is the true definitive way to experience the Kanto region? Do we start at the beginning with Gen 1, with the original Pokemon Red and Blue? Or do we look at a more modern rendition of the tale of the Kanto region in the form of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? No, not chance. No, for me, there is only one true way to experience the Kanto region. Yep, we're going to be doing the definitive version of the Kanto region. Hello everybody, my name is Getty122 and welcome to my new Let's Play of Pokemon Fire Red. This is something that I kind of wanted to do for a long time. I really wanted to do a Game Boy Advance game properly, and I wanted to do it as relatively legitimately as I could. I got some very, very special hardware that will allow me to actually play the game from my original cartridge that I got all those years ago that enabled me to start my Pokemon journey for the first time. And I thought it would be fun if I actually did a proper Let's Play using that exact cartridge. So, join me as we begin our new journey. The various buttons will be explained in the order of their importance. We are not going to go over this. In the world in which you are about to enter, you will embark on a grand adventure with you as the hero. Speak to people and check things wherever you go, be it towns, roads, or caves. Gather information and hints from every source. New paths will open to you by helping people in need, overcoming challenges, and solving mysteries. At times, you will be challenged by others and attacked by wild creatures. Be brave and keep pushing on. Through your adventure, we hope that you will interact with all sorts of people and achieve personal growth. That is our biggest objective. Press the A button and let your adventure begin. Let's do it! Hello there! Glad to meet you! Welcome to the world of Pokemon! My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. But first, tell me a little about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl? Well, for the sake of kind of keeping things accurate to the lore and my being, I'm gonna go with the boy. The OG boy. Let's begin with your name. What is it? So you can name yourself anything that you want. Lots of different options. If you use the select button, you can go ahead and use lowercase names if you want. However, just because of how this game particularly runs, I'm gonna try to keep things all in uppercase, just to kind of keep it as authentic as possible. So we are gonna go with my name, Griffin. Right, so your name is Griffin. That's right. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were both babies. What was his name now? So, a lot of different names that you can go with. They give you a few options by default, like Green or Gary, and for some reason Toru. I think it'd be fun if we actually just, you know what? No, I'm gonna give him an original name just to kind of keep things, interesting. I don't know why, but the name Sheldon was kind of speaking to me, so I think we're gonna go with that. Me, Griffin, against rival Sheldon. I think that'll work just fine. Was it Sheldon? Yes, it was Sheldon. That's right, I remember now. His name is Sheldon. Griffin, your very own Pokémon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokémon awaits. Let's go! All right, we are in our very own room. Let's see what we have in front of us here. Griffin played with the NES. Okay, it's time to go. Yep, they always have to put some sort of product placement, and for some reason at this point they decided to put the NES instead of the SNES or the GBC. I guess they probably just wanted to keep it, similar to how it was in the original making of the game. It's crammed full of Pokemon books. So that's my bookshelf. Can't really interact with my bed all that much. It's a nicely made dresser. It will hold a lot of stuff. Except it will never hold anything. Now we'll boot up the PC, and what do we have in here? If we look at the PC, we can actually deposit items or withdraw items. And I believe if we look in here, yes, we can already see that we can withdraw a potion. We'll get into what that does later. If we had a mail system that we could reasonably use, there would be mail in here, but we don't. So we're just gonna go ahead and move on and read this sign here. It's a posted notice. If you're confused, ask for help. Press the L or R button. Yes, this game has a specific feature that is not very often used in other games. If we hit the L or R button, we see that there is a help system. Greetings, this is the help system. Call me up whenever and wherever you need by pressing the L or R button. The help message changed to suit the situation, so check them often, please. So, a lot of different stuff that you can pick. As the game progresses, we'll get more options as to what we can ask about. It's not something that I will be using frequently, but hey, if you want to use it, you can. A lot of different stuff here. What's the TV have to say? There's a movie on TV. 4 boys are walking on a railroad tracks. Oh, I didn't know that it would... I didn't think it would make a reference to that. I better go too. Okay, one thing I want to change right away. We're going to change a couple things in our settings here. We're going to change check speed to fast, so just kind of generally pops up here. Change the sound to stereo. I think just because this is Fire Red, I think we're going to go with a red box this time. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Let's see what else is going on. Dishes and plates are neatly lined up. It smells delicious. Somebody's been cooking here. Probably our mom. Can't really interact with the plant. So let's see what's up with mom. Right, all boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. You're getting your parenting advice on TV, Mom? That's strange. Oh, yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you. Okay, well, let's head on out. Welcome to Pallet Town. This is where we live. It's the original town that we find. For some reason, it is my house, not my mom's house, just mine. Let's see what's going on here. Pallet Town, shades of your journey await. Here we have a little sign here that says Trainer Tips. Press start to open the menu. That's what I did here when I opened this. There will be lots of trainer tips that we can find all throughout the journey. They're basically just there to give little helpful hints here and there. What do you have to say? Signs are useful, aren't they? They sure are. And what do you have to say, larger than average man? Technology is incredible. You can now store and recall items and Pokemon as data via PC. There's always this one guy in every game that always is amazed by the state of technology, and I appreciate that a lot. And we go in here, which is next door. Who are you? Hi, Griffin. My brother Sheldon is out at Grandpa's lab. Okay. Anything on your TV? There's a Pokemon on TV. It looks like it's having fun. Great. Well, I guess we'll go into the lab, see what's going on there. Hello! I study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide. Alright, what do you have to say? Professor Oak may not look like much, but he's the authority on Pokemon. Many Pokemon trainers hold him in high regard. Yeah, this is way better now that the text is speed up. I study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide. Great, riveting. Hey Sheldon, what's up? What? It's only Griffin? Gramps isn't around. Well, fine, I'll go out. Well, I guess we don't really have anything better to do, so why don't we head on out of Pallet Town? Hey, wait, don't go out! It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Alright, here we go. Now the gang's all together. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Sheldon? Let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Griffin. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha! The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go on, choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Sheldon. You can have one too. Alright, it's time for us to make the classic decision. But before we decide on a Pokemon that we want to go with, let's give them a quick overview real fast. Okay, let's get right into the starters. Starting off, we have Bulbasaur. Now, Bulbasaur is an interesting case because it is one of the only starter Pokemon in pretty much all the franchise to do what it does. It is a mix of grass and poison type, a dual type right from the beginning. While it is relatively common for a lot of starters to change their type as they evolve over time, Bulbasaur just starts with grass poison type and sticks with that throughout the whole game. It is one of the easiest of the 3 starters to raise. It has a lot of good things going for it. When it evolves fully into Venusaur, it has pretty well-rounded stats, but its main focus is going to be in special attack and special defense. But Venusaur, and frankly the whole line, does have a couple of problems. First of all, Grass Poison, while it is a good type, it's not going to be particularly helpful in this game. In this particular game, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of poison-type Pokemon that we are going to be encountering. And unfortunately, Bulbasaur, even though it is not weak to poison, its moves just doesn't really help against poison types. Plus, in general, Bulbasaur does not have a particularly great offensive move pool. But it does have a lot of moves that take advantage of its Sand-type attack bonus, and it does get a lot of really good support moves. It gets a lot of stuff that reduces HP, inflicts a stat as ailment, reduces specific stats of certain Pokemon. So it can be helpful in those specific regards. But you just gotta understand that that's what you're getting out of Bulbasaur. It's pretty good offensively, but not against necessarily all the Pokemon that we're going to be encountering. Next up, Charmander, everyone's favorite fire starter. Overratedness aside, Charmander actually is a pretty good starter Pokemon. It learns a wide variety of attacks, not just fire and eventually flying type moves when it evolves into the all-powerful Charizard. It gets some pretty good stuff. It gets steel moves, it gets flying moves, it gets a couple dragon moves here and there, and it's compatible with a lot of really good moves that you will learn later on. The only thing that's really holding back Charizard is that it's just not generally as good defensively. Its defensive stats are not as good as the other 2 starters, and it can be weak to a lot of relatively common types, including electric and rock. It is very good and is very helpful, but it does have its problems and it does have its weaknesses. But if you can look past that, Charizard is an excellent Pokemon to use. And last up is Squirtle. Now, Squirtle is a pretty well-rounded Pokemon. Like water types in general, Squirtle's stats mostly focus on defense, but are pretty evenly distributed all over. It's going to be very helpful, especially in the early stages of the game. It's very effective against fire types, rock types, and ground types, which we will be seeing plenty of all throughout our journey, so it's not like it's not going to be useful. While the moves it gets aren't always super helpful, there is a particular move that we're going to get later that is going to be super helpful both in and out of battle. The only thing to really keep in mind with its final form Blastoise is while it is very defensively viable, especially in comparison to the other two, it's not as offensively capable. Don't get me wrong, its offensive stats are fine, and it will still be doing plenty of damage with its powerful attacks that we'll learn, but it's just not going to hit quite as hard. Plus, its moveset is not as varied as, say, Charizard's. But if you can look past that, Blastoise can still be very powerful, and honestly, if you really wanted to, you could just do a full playthrough with just Squirtle. It's 100% possible. It's just so good against a lot of what we're going to be fighting that it's really hard for me to not recommend. Honestly, I really think Squirtle's just underrated. Okay, and now that we have kind of contemplated what Pokemon are available and what our options are, I think, considering all options, I wanted to go with a player that is kind of underrated. I think that this Pokemon should be getting a lot more love these days, and I don't think they get as much credit as he ought to. That is not the Pokemon I intended to pick. There we go. Squirtle! Squirtle is your choice. It's one worth raising. So Griffin, you decided on the water Pokemon Squirtle? Yes, Squirtle is going to be our Pokemon for the duration of the adventure, or at least our starter Pokemon. This Pokemon is really quite energetic. Griffin received the Squirtle from Professor Oak. Do you want to give a nickname to the Squirtle? Yes, I do. We're gonna go with a pretty fair nickname, I feel. One that kind of fits the personality. We're gonna name him Gullywash. I like the name, I think it's kind of cute, but also the Gullywash is a fun water ride in my local theme park that, if you're lucky, will get you absolutely drenched. And I feel like that should be appropriate for the Squirtle. I'll take this one then. Sheldon received the Bulbasaur from Professor Oak. Regardless of what you pick, Sheldon will always pick the Pokemon that has the type advantage against yours. So we pick Squirtle, he's gonna go with Bulbasaur. Well, I guess since we have our Squirtle now, let's head on out. Wait, Griffin, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Rival Sheldon would like to battle. Rival Sheldon sent out Bulbasaur. And let's go Gullywash. Oh, for Pete's sake, so pushy as always. Griffin, you've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? A Pokemon battle is when trainers pit their Pokemon against each other. The trainer that makes their other trainer's Pokemon faint by lowering their HP to 0 wins. But rather than talking about it, you'll learn more from experience. Try battling and see for yourself. Alright, so we have 4 options: fight, bag, Pokemon, and run. Not necessarily in the order that I clicked in. The main thing that we just want to worry about is fighting right now. So we have 2 moves, Tackle and Tail Whip. Tackle is a strong-ish normal type move for this point in the game. Tackle will inflict just normal type damage, and Tail Whip will lower Bulbasaur's defense. I think, considering our options, I'm just going to go ahead and use Tackle. Alright, Bulbasaur appears to be a little faster than me, that is to be expected. Inflicting damage on the foe is the key to any battle. Oh, we have a speed tie. So Bulbasaur there just used Growl. That's going to make my attack do a little less damage moving forward. There's nothing I can really do to offset that, but hey, we can get lucky, I feel. As you see, we're inflicting a lot more damage to Bulbasaur than Bulbasaur is inflicting to us. That's already kind of going to show Squirtle's defensive skills right away. Squirtle is just going to be taking hits and dishing them out left and right. It's going to be great. And like that, Gullywash has grown to level 6. That is definitely how you say the word grown. Player defeated Rival Sheldon! What? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon. Excellent. If you win, you earn prize money and your Pokemon will grow. Battle other trainers and make your Pokemon strong. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Griffin, Grant, smell you later. Ah, classic Sheldon. Alright, Professor, what do you have to say on this matter? Griffin, raise your young Pokemon by making it battle. It has to battle for it to grow. Alright, well, why don't we head on out here? Okay, I think that's a pretty fair start to the first episode. I don't want any of these episodes to go on for particularly long. So, next time on Pokemon Fire Red version, we're gonna head on out and we're gonna see what all there is to see beyond our hometown. See you guys then.